don't stay in a toxic cycle just because it's familiar. Sometimes comfort is what creates the most damage. Hi, I'm Paula, the girl that sits here every Tuesday to just talk about things that happen to all of us but that we don't talk about enough. And today I wanted to talk about some keys in order to start leaving toxic and negative cycles. I know that nobody wants to be in a toxic or negative cycle on purpose. We just get stuck on it and we want to get out, but honestly, we don't really know how. And I get it, it's frustrating and exhausting and even disappointing that we just don't know how to get out of that. But let me tell you that just because you feel stuck right now doesn't mean that you are going to be in there forever. So let me share with you some things you can start working on so you can start walking your way out of those cycles. First, and probably most important thing, is to try and be kind with yourself. Being stuck in toxic or bad cycles, it's already bad itself, and we tend to worsen it up with these constant feelings and thoughts and actions of disappointment towards ourselves because we can't break free from them. But you need to understand that you are not stuck in there on purpose. I'm pretty sure you didn't woke up one day and thought, oh well, my life feels very good right now, let me just spice it up a little bit by getting myself into some type of loop I can't get out of. No. And even though it's important to be accountable for our actions, it's also important to not take it to the level to be constantly beating yourself up about it, because you need yourself as an ally if you want to find a way of getting out of those cycles and maintaining yourself outside of them. So now that you know that being kind to yourself is the base for getting out of those loops, it's important that now you try and see if there is some type of accountability you can take about why you are in that loop. But hey, remember that by accountability, I don't mean just taking the blame for absolutely everything and constantly beating yourself up. What I mean is for you to try and see if you can be responsible for any type of action or thought that might keep you still in that loop. And this is important because accountability means control, okay? It doesn't mean blame, it means control. One of the hardest parts about breaking this type of cycles is knowing how to start. So if you can find any type of thing that you are accountable for, you can start there, because it's way easier to start tackling those things that are up to you than those that are up to other people or just your surroundings in general. So it doesn't matter if these things seem very small, it's still important that you start working on them, because the sooner that you get rid or fix the things that are up to you, that contribute to you being there, the sooner this cycle is going to start getting smaller and feeling less heavy. In case you feel like you're stuck in that cycle because of somebody else, and you feel like there's really not many things you can be accountable for, it's important that you remember that you are allowed to walk away at any point. Remember that you don't owe anyone your presence, even if they are family or even if they are really close to you, you still don't owe them your presence. And it's important that you realize that people are not projects you can constantly work on and see how they get progressively better. Someone is just going to change if they want to change. So it really doesn't matter how much effort you put into trying to make someone get better for you. It's still not going to happen if they don't want to. So if there's nothing tying you to this person, like any type of economical dependence or something like that, just know that if you know that there are not things you can be accountable for in order to break these cycles, because someone else is the reason that you are stuck on them, you can walk away. You are allowed to do it and just distance yourself from people or even start over again with a new life at any point. Now, I know that even though you are likely not in that cycle on purpose, you can still find some type of comfort in it just because it's what you are used to. And even if you want to break free from it, the idea of doing so is still quite scary because you really don't know how life is going to be after, and maybe you are facing these questions like, what if it gets worse? What if it's worth nothing? And yes, the outcome could be bad, but if you already know that you are stuck in a toxic cycle, isn't your current situation already bad? You need to know that breaking a toxic cycle doesn't guarantee automatic happiness, and it doesn't guarantee that you will not fall back onto it again or even into new ones, but staying in it definitely guarantees sadness and discomfort. You deserve a better life, and you can do this. Trust me, if you are already handling with how life bad is, while you are stuck in this, you can handle whatever comes once you get out of it. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. I send you a massive hug. Remember that you are not alone, and see you next week.